All right, good morning everyone. It's Pioneer Day, long awaited. We actually had a lot of things coming up and just weren't able to get to our Pioneer Day. If you haven't joined our channel before, Pioneer Day is a day that we basically live without using our electricity. Now we still leave the refrigerator running and the furnace on, but we don't use the stove, the microwave, our electric stove, oven, all of that. We use propane. We cook on the grill. We actually cook over the fire. That's what we did on our first one. And then we just do some things that are more like something that we try to learn some skills for off the grid. So today I'm cooking everybody breakfast. So what I'm gonna make is potato cakes. And potato cakes were actually a pretty common staple for breakfast. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna peel the potatoes. And then I'm going to use my little handy dandy off the grid chopper to chop them up. And then we'll mix them with a little bit of milk and eggs, salt and pepper, and a little bit of flour. Now I use a gluten-free 1-to-1 flour because we have some gluten allergies in this house. So I have to use that one. This is the first time I've ever done it with a gluten-free flour, so this will be interesting. We'll see how they turn out. So just going to quarter it up. I just bought this thing and it's not wanting to open. There we go. All right. All right, I'm gonna finish these up and then we'll come right back, guys. And now we're gonna grind them up. At least that's the hope, huh? So we're just basically shredding them. You could use a hand grater as well. I had recently picked this up, so I thought it would be kind of nice to use it. So let's see how they look. So just shredded, grated up potato. Take these out. Now I had some that didn't fit in there, so we'll put those in there in just a second and we'll grate those up too. Thing actually works pretty good. One of the few as seen on TV things that I think actually work. I didn't order it on TV, but okay. And yes, we are using running water currently. We're planning on gradually increasing our skills, so hauling water into the house we'll pick a day to do that just for fun. All right, so the next thing we need is 1/4 of a cup of milk. And I don't know about you, but I'm getting all those stupid little Japanese beetle things, and I just had one on the side of my bowl. All right, we're gonna do about a teaspoon of salt, and I don't measure a whole lot. A little bit of pepper, an egg, and these eggs are from my girls, and the potatoes are from our garden. So 1 egg. And then we're gonna do our Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 flour. It's about a 1/2 cup. We'll mix this all up, we'll get it ready, and we'll pop it into the pan. We'll show you that in a second. Got my 2 cast iron skillets on my propane stove heated up. I've got some sausage and bacon going in this one, and over here we're going to start the potato cakes. So the batter for the potato cake mixture is right there. We're going to go ahead and plop that by the spoonful into the skillet. You don't want to make them too big or they'll be too hard to flip. Alright, and then we're just going to let these fry up. And we'll show you what they look like when they're done. Alright, so we just flipped the potato cakes, and you can see they're really nice and golden brown. So don't get in too big of a hurry trying to flip them or they'll fall apart. You gotta wait and let them get nice and golden brown so you can flip them over. So there you have it. Day 2, Pioneer Day, yummy breakfast potato cakes, bacon and sausage.
Go. Hit hard.
Dad! Quit screaming.
Got a nice crack in it. Snapping them. Oh, scoot up. Never mind. Yeah. He's right.
Good job.
Oh, fun.
Okay, so we're gonna get ready to make us some Amish cheese. I actually got this recipe from Stacy with Off-Grid Doug and Stacy. So what we're gonna put in there is a gallon of milk. It's whole milk. We weren't able to find an organic one right now that wasn't ultra pasteurized. You don't want ultra pasteurized. You don't want it boiling. You don't want to get it too hot. You're not actually scalding milk. You're just heating it up. And then we're gonna add a cup of vinegar and stir it around and start making the cheese. All right, and then we're gonna let it set here for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna start straining the cheese out of it. All right, so what we're doing is taking the cheesecloth with, I've got most of the cheese in here, and I'm just squeezing it to get as much of the water out as the whey, or actually not the water, the whey. I'm gonna squeeze that out. And we're gonna put it into a pan. And then we'll get the rest of the cheese out of the, separate the rest of the cheese out. Okay, so what I did was I brought the milk up to 126 degrees. Then I added a cup of vinegar, just regular plain old white vinegar. Hi, Gabe. And then what that does is causes it to curdle. Then we strained out all of the cheese. Got as much of the liquid as we could the whey out of it and put it into a small saucepan with a couple tablespoons of butter, a little bit of baking soda, and we're gonna add just a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna heat it back up, melt it all together, and then we're gonna put it in a glass dish and we'll put it in the fridge to cool and solidify, and that will be our mozzarella cheese. Okay, so it's pretty well melted most of the way. And we're gonna pour it into a dish, put it in the fridge and let it set up. And we'll show you guys what we're gonna make for dinner in a little bit.
I'm coming towards you. I'm coming to help. 3 bats. Yes. 4 bats. 5 bats. Dead. Okay, I need to get the punches. 2 punch. Got a punch?
Hi guys. My name is Alex. I am helping my mom doing making
Butter.
butter. We need heavy whipping cream.
Whipping cream.
So we're going to pour it in. And then I'm gonna start cranking until
Oh, hang on.
what?
There's a cap for that.
Oh, right now I'm trying to
We'll edit that out. There.
whip, and now you just have to mix it all up so it gets super heavy. Now,
This is really hard now.
It's really hard now. It's at the whipped cream stage, isn't it?
Yes.
And after the whipped cream stage comes the butter stage. We're not there yet.
Halfway. Okay. We made butter.
So now we'll take it out. We'll squeeze the water out of it, right? The liquid out of it.
Just like
and
we
put it in the dish, and we have butter. So it's pouring rain outside, so we're not allowed to or able to really cook with the Dutch oven like we normally would today. So we're cooking on the propane in the kitchen. And Chef Alex is making what? Tacos.
Mom, can you get
Got a nice fire going to warm the house up.
and to make marshmallows?
Yes, and we're going to roast marshmallows later.
Ooh, taco marshmallow. How's the taco meat going, Mom?
Good. How's the cheese grating going?
Great.
So now we're having dessert, and we are roasting marshmallows over the fire. So we didn't get to cook outside over the fire, but we're going to cook our dessert on the fire, even though technically marshmallows are not a Pioneer thing. You want yours? Okay, so it's 11 o'clock. Pioneer Day is officially over. I can use the lights again. Today was kind of a rough day because it rained all day, so we couldn't really do anything outside. We had plans for a mushroom hunt, to go hunt for morel mushrooms because those are in season. It would have been the first time we ever got to do that, and it just wasn't going to happen in this weather. So we had to manage, played lots and lots of board games to keep busy. Everybody was reading some books just to have something to do. But I think all in all, it was a pretty good second Pioneer Day. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.